I thought it'd be great timing for a 1-year honest owner's review of the good, the bad, and what I've changed over the last 12 months of ownership of the trailer. And to keep me on track, I've made a list. As I'm going through my ownership experience, if you have any questions that I'm not covering or anything you want additional information on, please leave a comment down below and I'll get back to you. Overall, this is a fantastic trailer. I would definitely buy this again. My previous trailer was a Tribe Trailers base camp. While it was a decent trailer, it had a bunch of stuff I didn't like. It didn't have much protection from the weather. So after spending a little over a year with that trailer, I got this one. Everything that I felt the Tribe trailer was lacking, this one checks all the boxes. For starters, this trailer is built like a rock. It's super solid. It has a steel frame, and everything above that is aluminum. All the walls are aluminum, both inside and out, and offer 2.5 inches of insulation. So with the top down, you have complete insulation on all 4 sides of you, and this thing is fantastic in nasty weather. Whether it's really windy, it's snowing and cold outside, it covers everything perfectly. The ability to stand up is game-changing, and while it still folds down, I can still pull this thing in the garage, so it's the ability to stand up and yet fit into a standard garage. It's the best of both worlds. It also tows great behind the vehicle too, because it's lower than my Jeep. It stays right in the slipstream of the wind, and I barely feel this thing behind the Jeep. Yes, there is additional weight behind it, but the gas mileage isn't much worse, and I have no problems towing this with being such a light trailer. The last big win over my previous trailer is the ability to have a table inside. While I do enjoy being outside 99% of the time, if it's really windy and the rain's blowing sideways or it's just really nasty cold outside, it is nice to have somewhere to come inside and get out of the elements and enjoy a nice meal. Or in some cases, if you have to work out here, it's a great table to work from and you have even better views out the windows. Alright, so going back to my list to keep me on track is the Max Air fan. As you can see, my Max Air fan isn't there anymore. I removed it and put in the rooftop air conditioner. I did go through Mission Overland to purchase the AC. It was a bit of a hassle getting it because I'm in the United States and it came from Canada, so there were some problems getting it cleared through customs, but once it got here, zero problems getting installed. The Max Air fan popped out. I have a whole video I'll link up in the corner above describing my experiences getting it installed. It's not a how-to video, but it is, if you're looking into it, it does point some things out that are very handy to know. I was able to try it last week. It finally got warm enough I could put the AC on. I am comparing it to running a Zero Breeze Mark II or EcoFlow Wave 2, going through the cooling port they installed from the factory on the side. In some climates, I think the Zero Breeze or the EcoFlow Wave 2 would do fantastic. Not where I've had it. With the humidity and over 100 degrees, it doesn't hold a candle to the wind. It can't cool off in here, it's still uncomfortable, and it doesn't do a great job. Now with the rooftop AC, it is still DC powered, so I can still use it on and off the grid, no problems there. And this thing can really move some air through. And it also has like triple the BTU ratings compared to the EcoFlow or the Zero Breeze. So I'm looking forward to using that this summer. And tying into that is also the Truma Combi heating system. The Truma Combi is a furnace, it's a forced air furnace as well as a water heater. It does both of them phenomenally. Once you get the hot water heated up initially, it takes about 25 to 30 minutes. It's almost like an instant hot water heater. It keeps the water nice and hot throughout the entire time. Makes showering and doing dishes a breeze. The heat has worked out very well for me. I've had this out into the around 20 degrees Fahrenheit. Both the hot water and the furnace function just sip on the propane. It has been super efficient. I've had one 10-pound propane tank last me over a year. That's including using it for heat, running a hot water heater, as well as cooking off of it. I still have a little bit left. This trailer also came with the Truma refrigerator. It is a dual zone 69-liter refrigerator. The refrigerator's been great. I've had zero issues with it, and it sips power. So I've been very happy with that. I would definitely recommend that. Even if you're not getting this trailer, I would still look at that over Dometic. The prices are a little better. I would say the quality is on par, if not better, and I've been, like I said, zero issues with it. As you can probably see, I have another set of rope lights up along the top here. And the reason is, while the lights on the side are very bright, and they do a great job of lighting up the trailer, it's a very bright light and it's very harsh on your eyes, especially early in the morning, as well as trying to go out and it's dark outside and you have to go outside. It really messes up your night vision and it's just really hard in your eyes. Not to mention, they are pretty power hungry. They use quite a bit of power when they're on. So if you're off the grid and you're using just the battery power, having these lights on here on the side really drain your battery. If I'm using the lights up front, the reading lights up there a lot more than the bright lights here. I've also added some rope lights up here. So when the lights are off, I still have light inside here, but it's not so bright. Plus I can dim these, and I can also change the color to more of a yellow color to make it easier on your eyes. And if you want night vision, I can make it completely red too as well. So if you've seen some other videos, you know I do a lot of 3D printing, and I try to do printing that is going to solve some of the problems I have. So I need some more storage space for like your wallet, keys, cell phone, stuff like that. So I made a nice little rack system here that I can store stuff. It's also modular, and I can screw additional things onto it so I can have all kinds of stuff hooked on there, and it really helps out quite a bit. On the other side, I have a spot for the hotspot I use. I have a key holder as well as some art stuff I printed as well. Overall, I do like when the top is up, you have quite a bit of storage up on top of these guys on both sides. It makes a nice spot to place stuff. The side windows are fantastic. You open them both up, you get lots of cross-air ventilation going through here, as well as you have the privacy screen and a bug screen built into it. The windows have many spots. You can also kick them out just a little bit and lock them in place, and it allows the window to be open but not openable from outside. And it still allows airflow going through and also keeps the rain out. They're even insulated. They have a double layer of acrylic with air between them, so they don't even allow the heat or the cold to escape in the winter or the summertime. I've also changed my converter. This is not the stock converter that came with this trailer. The one that came with it was a WFCO auto detect. The auto detect never detected. It was always a pain in the butt. Never went to lithium mode, and it was always causing problems. And at some points, when it was hung mode between lithium or lead acid charging, it did nothing at all. And even if you plugged into shore power, your batteries won't charge. And you wake up in the morning with a dead battery, and now your refrigerator's turned off. And you have a bunch of spoiled food. Not real big fan of it so far. But this one's been fantastic. It has a physical switch to turn on the lithium mode or lead acid mode. And I've had zero problems with it. And it keeps everything charged up really well so far. To continue along with the interior changes, I've changed out this USB port. Now I have USB-A and 2 USB-Cs. And both USB-Cs are power delivery, so I can charge things like laptops, iPads, whatever have you. Since I don't really have much that's USB-A, everything's USB-C nowadays. The middle port here, I've put I put two Anderson plugs in there. This is for powering things that are DC powered, such as I use this to power my DC converted Starlink. Anything else that needs DC power inside. The Anderson plug makes a really great way of getting power out there. And I still have my cigarette style 12 volt outlet here as well. Lastly, for interior power changes, I installed a 110 volt outlet here, and this is for when you're on shore power. It also has another USB-A port and a power delivery port here as well. I guess I lied. There was one more thing I did. I also wired in an additional breaker. As well as another outlet underneath the bed up by the Truma Combi. So when I'm on shore power, I have the option to use propane or electricity for heating both the cabin here as well as the water. These guys right here, those are for the heating ports. There's one on each side, and it helps push the air upward where you want it when you're running the heater, because previously it just kind of blows it and it just hits against the side of the cabinet here. But with those, you can aim the heat where you want it. So now I have three options to unlock or lock the back doors. I can use the keypad here to lock it. I can use the key, or I have a remote that you can use to lock the doors and unlock them. Also installed some yellow lights on the outside by putting a yellow film. I have a video, I'll link that below as well. Very inexpensive to do on Amazon to buy the film for, and by having a yellow light, it reduces the amount of bugs and it also makes it a little bit less bright, and that is the same on both sides of the yellow lights. This tongue jack here is made by a company named Arc. It's out of Australia, and this one is the black edition, so it matches the trailer. It does come in a silver color as well, but I wanted the anodized black one so it all keeps the same color throughout the outside of the trailer. It does have two bogey wheels on the bottom, make it super easy to move around in the garage. Also at the campsites, you can move it around without too much force. It's a sturdy jack. It is a little pricey, but so far it has not let me down. It's been fantastic. I would highly recommend this, and when you're done using it, it folds up nice and small and takes up very little space. Also in the front of the trailer, I now have a generic trasheroo. I've had this out in the elements for over a year. It's still holding up and still looks like new. A little faded, but it's holding up well. It's nice having someone to put the trash to get it back to civilization to a dumpster versus having to throw it on top of the storage rack up here. It's a much cleaner way of keeping the trash put together. This is the propane tank that came with the trailer. You can tell it has the Mission Overland logo right in the side of it. And I had concerns about only having one propane tank, so I added a second one. This is using the Power Tank 10-pound propane bottle mount. This is my Prodigy RF brake controller. It sits in line, so I don't have to have a brake controller inside my vehicle. There's a small control box for it that I keep inside the Jeep. But the nice thing about this is no matter what I'm towing with, whether it has a brake controller or not, having this on here, I always have brakes no matter what vehicle I have. I installed a light strip in here for getting access to the storage compartment at nighttime. It does help out quite a bit, and it's nice having a little extra light in there. I have a whole video on the power changes I've done to the trailer. I'll link that below as well. In addition, I go into detail about my batteries too. I have 2 lithium iron phosphate batteries that are self-heating, and that works out great when it's cold outside. I can still charge my batteries no matter what the temperature is. The last thing I changed in the outside of the trailer is in the cooking compartment. When you open up the little door to bring the kitchen out, I put some USB ports in there so I can charge stuff while I'm cooking, or if I have additional light strips, I do have some LED light strips that go on the awning, so you can light things up while you're cooking or just enjoying things outside under the awning. It allows you to have some light and somewhere to plug it in without having to string a cable to the back door or anything like that. Oh, there's one more thing I did in the inside. Up here, you can't see it, but I have a gear hammock. The cool thing with the gear hammock is, let's say I have my dog in here with me. She's a German Shepherd Husky mix. She's about 50 pounds. She's big, so when I'm up here, not only does she shed everywhere, but you really have less place to store stuff. And if you have stuff in here, like shoes and stuff by the back door, you don't have a place to put clean clothes or bags or anything like that. So by having the gear hammock, it allows me storage up above where you're not going to use it anyway. Now I have usable storage up here too. So far it's been awesome having all the extra space. And it was very cheap. It was like 25, 30 bucks on Amazon. And it allows you to have a lot of extra space up there. So far I've been very happy with that. If you made it this long in the video, I really appreciate you watching and viewing. Please make sure to hit the like button. If you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing. It doesn't cost any money, and it really helps the channel, and it helps me grow. It really helps me grow the channel, and helps me out quite a bit. If you have any questions I did not cover in this video about the trailer, make sure to leave some comments down below. I'll link to some of the videos already made in the trailer down below as well. I have a Mission Overland Summit playlist that covers everything I've done to it and all my experiences so far with the trailer. As always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.